Washington, Washington State'deyiz. Ridge Motor Park Sports diye bir yarış pisti. İşte sabah geldik 7'de. Şimdi kahvaltı yapıyoruz. Beni yeşile koydular, 1. seviye. Burası işte böyle gördüğünüz gibi otopark. Cheat Code Çin'deymiş. Diğer işte öğretmenlerle konuştum biraz. Sabah 7'de başladı. 8'de herhalde sınıfa gireceğiz. Bugün suyumuzu çıkaracaklar. İşte bu arkada gördüğünüz BMW'ciklere bindirecekler bizi galiba. Hava biraz bulutlu. Malum yani Seattle havası. Hem serin hem üşümüyorsun. Asfalt zaten yürürken bile ayakkabını aşındırıyor. Daha otoparkın asfaltı bile. Bir de bir sürü değişik teyzeler, amcalar var. Yaş maş dinlemiyor. 50-55 yaşında kadınlar göreceksiniz etrafta. Göstermeye çalışacağım size. Ölmezsem de Türkiye'de görüşürüz. Hi Dylan, how are you?
Very good.
And so, could you introduce yourself to us for those who don't know?
Okay, I'm Dylan Code. I work at the California Superbike School. My father, Keith Code, started the California Superbike School. I've been working here on and off for 17 years, and I've been here for the last 12 years full time. And I'm a rider coach. I do technical briefings. I also run special projects for the school.
Okay. Do you also race, or did you used to race?
Yeah, I started racing when I was 13 years old, which back then was fairly young. Nowadays, it's practically over the hill. But I raced against adults, and they didn't really have minis back then. It was 1983. I started racing when I was 13, raced 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 years. During that time, the school had been growing in size, and I went from just part-time doing schools to the schools happening fairly consistently, traveling all over the country. So I ended up working with the school and not doing as much racing, but I liked riding more than racing. Racing was pretty intense.
You mean riding on the track, or do you also ride a lot on the streets too?
I used to ride a lot on the streets, but I'm at the track about 100 days a year. So I'm doing more track riding than street riding. And fortunately, I live very close to where our office is. So there's no real need to get on a motorcycle. It's a 5-minute drive in a car. But if I had a long commute, I'd definitely get a motorcycle, because commuting on a motorcycle is 10 times better than a car.
Yeah. So since you're not racing anymore, what makes you bring to the track? Like, what do you do? Because you've been riding and racing for a long time. I don't think you have much more skills to develop. You think so? I mean, you must be pretty good. So what else do you do? Like, you just time yourself, or you work on some new techniques Keith or you are thinking about?
The last 2 green groups.
We have
Green group, please come into the classroom.
There's a couple different ways to look at that. One, let's just take a top racer. They're always trying to become better, because let's just say Rossi was the best in the world for quite a while, and then other riders improved, and then he had to step up or improve his game, and it's gotten quite exciting in that regard. As far as riding goes, most riders can remember the first time they let the clutch up, and that excitement. The whole learning curve of riding a motorcycle is fun. So even if you've been riding for a long time, there's certain things that, well, maybe if you're good, you might want to challenge yourself to go a little bit faster, or maybe you can do something pretty well some of the time, so you want to do it all the time very well. But if you want to challenge for yourself, always just bump up the speed a little bit past where you're fully comfortable, and you'll find that technique errors will surface, and then it becomes a new game to solve them. So it doesn't really matter how long you've been riding. Everyone's got little barriers that they want to solve, or little things they want to do better, whether it's their body position, or what they're doing with the throttle, or acceleration, braking really hard. I happen to be working a lot lately on my riding on very hard late braking, but still getting a really nice corner entry.
Okay, and is that your bike?
Yeah, this one is, yeah.
Okay.
It belongs to the school, but I'm the only one who rides it. I put my sticker on it.
Very nice. And for those like young riders or people who want to be racers, or like middle-aged people who just started riding, do you have any recommendation or any advice for them?
It'd probably be a different recommendation depending on what you want to do. If it's a young person who wants to become a racer, I'd say start on minis. That's what virtually all the top racers did. They started on minis, they raced minis a lot, get in a lot of laps. If there is, you know, a trusted trainer in your neighborhood, you know, where you are, you want to get some good training. Quite often people want to give advice. Sometimes it's good, other times it's not the right advice for you. It might be good advice, but not for the person that it's being given to. So seek out good training, and I would say minis, then move to bigger bikes, doing track days, figure out where you stack up in relation to other fast riders, novice racing, etc. Move along. Be willing to spend all the money you have, unless you've got unlimited cash. It's going to cost you. You know, if you want to go road racing, it's rarely cheap, and the higher up you go, the more money you end up spending. The other thing is work at a motorcycle school. Then you get to ride all the time.
Yeah. So I actually know the answer, but you really recommend motorcycle schooling, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that people can't ride with natural talent. There's plenty of riders who have done it that way. But every rider does notice at some point or another someone else is doing it better, and how are they able to accomplish that? And you know, as we all saw, Rossi had a period where other riders were riding better. Aside from the equipment, we know the equipment's a big issue.
Yeah.
But aside from the equipment, there were times where every rider has been humbled, and they realize they need to work extra hard to get better. You can't just decide to go faster. Something needs to change, and there has to be a plan. And do you have the right plan?
Is there like a minimum or maximum age where you shouldn't ride? Like, what is the youngest person who should start learning riding? Or is there like, because I see lots of older people here, and I'm really amazed by that.
I don't think there's a minimum or maximum age. As far as racing goes, we see some riders into their 40s going very, very fast. But let's be honest, human bodies don't repair themselves as quickly when you're older.
I see.
So, but I really think riders should continue to ride until they can't get on the bike anymore. As far as riding really, really fast and really, really aggressively, that should probably taper off as you start getting into your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. But I think if you're a good rider, if you really know what you're doing, you know, it would be nice, theoretically, we would love to be able to see riders riding, you know, way into their later years. As far as racing goes, some racers have become quite successful getting into it later on in the game. Max Biaggi is a good example. He didn't start racing when he was a very, very young child, but he became a very good racer. But the majority of the riders, if they want to be a good racer, they're going to have to start young, even as young as 3, 4, 5. Probably the most important factor to a successful racer would be a parent that backs them up, you know, that supports them. I don't know very many, again, there are exceptions, but I don't know very many successful motorcycle racers who didn't have a very, very strong family behind them. It's similar to an Olympic athlete. Some can be Olympic athletes all by themselves, but if it's an Olympic gymnast or ice skater, typically their family are behind them 100%, and that's going to make it a lot easier to make it at a younger age. And still, there's no guarantee.
Okay, and do you think we're gonna see you in CSS next trip to Turkey?
I'd love to go to Turkey. I do go to international events. Last week I was in China in Beijing for schools. Earlier in the year I was in Dubai. I was also in Australia and New Zealand. I also go to India regularly, so I do like to go to our foreign branches. And Turkey is a place that I would really like to go because it's a part of the world that is one of the oldest parts of the world, and I'd love to see the cities and meet the people, and I know that particularly one track in Turkey is in Istanbul is beautiful. It's amazing. I would love to ride that track.
Yeah, Intercity.
Yeah.
And is there anything you would like to say to Turkish riders out there?
You have many brothers and sisters around the world. Everywhere I go, people who like sport bikes and like riding on the track are the same. So whether you know it or not, you have many friends all around the world, and that's what I love about sport bikes, is that everyone has this common thing that binds them, regardless of whatever else they might believe in life. They can always agree on riding motorcycles is fun, and it really unites people across all different levels, and I really love that. And that's why I like going to foreign countries and working with riders, is because you really get to celebrate humanity, celebrate life, celebrate riding motorcycles. It's a really fun experience.
Okay, Dylan, thank you. On behalf of Turkish students of CSS and all the followers and admirers of your family, I like to give you our biggest respects and thank you for everything that you guys did for the motorcycle world.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right.
İlk günün sonuna geldik. Suyum çıktı. İşte bugün birinci level'ı bitireceğiz. Benim sınıfta yaklaşık 21 kişi var. Kendi motosikletleriyle gelmişler var. Ben işte binlik kullanıyorum. Koçlarımız gayet iyi. Benimkisi Connor. How am I doing, Connor?
Doing good.
Is it hopeless? No. Okay. Thank you. Not at all. Without you, I wouldn't survive.
You can steer now.
Yes, I will. Günaydın. Bugün ikinci gün. Sarı gruba geçtim. İkinci seviye. Sonra hava çok daha sıcak. Çok daha fazla işte gelenler var. Gördüğünüz gibi. Bu tarafta da bir iki tane bayağı güzel motosiklet hazırlanıyor. Bugünü de bitirip sonra dönüş. Seattle Tacoma havaalanındayız. Rich pistindeki CSS okulumuz dün bitti. İkinci seviyeyi bitirdim. Seattle'a kafamıza yağmadığı için ve güzel somon balıkları için çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Ben Ertuğ, bir başka altın elbiseli adam gezisinde görüşmek üzere.